Okay, guys, listen up, please. Guys, now look, I want to congratulate you. It's great that we're scoring goals. It really, really is. But that doesn't mean that we can stop focusing on our defence. Now, we haven't kept a clean sheet in almost 2 months. So what we're going to do today, if you can all please follow me to the parking lot, and we're all going to take turns practicing parking the bus. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 2, Episode 4 here at Sheffield Wednesday as we look to win the Champions League for the team for the very first time. And today, well, we have two big games. We have Crystal Palace, Championship Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, and then we are playing Burnley in a huge game in the Premier League. But the major news since last episode is that we've got our youth intake preview. And to be honest, it doesn't look like there's too much to look forward to here. There's a wide midfielders aplenty, which is good. Doesn't say they're good though, does it? There's a lot of wingers in the system. At least one centre-back looks promising, and I'm assuming that is going to be the good young Zimbabwean central defender from Chinhoyi. I'm sure I pronounced that correctly, who was caught the eye. But I think ultimately, at the very bottom there, this is the heartbreaking phrase. This is a very poor crop of players, unfortunately. So that doesn't bode too well, does it? Now, some other news to catch you up on since last episode is that Kadeem Harris has requested a transfer, which is fine. He wanted to be a first-team player still, and he was a good to useful player for us in the Championship. He is not Premier League quality. You can see last year he did quite well for us. He was a nice, reliable player. He's not Premier League quality. He's not young. So I'm not going to sort of bend over backwards trying to keep him happy. If he wants to leave, then he's more than welcome to do so. So that is that. Now we do have 5 games to catch you up on. I think it is starting with our Premier League match against Manchester City. We gifted City a late goal, and then conceded a second to seal our fate. We shot ourselves in the foot in this one, and Moncondes missed an absolute... Look at this, look at the XG. He missed an absolute sitter at 0-0. Look at that XG jump. He should have put us 1-0 up, and in the end, we gifted them a goal, and then we kind of fell to pieces, gave them another one. XG suggests we really can't complain about it, but if Marcondes had scored his chance at 0-0, this could have been a very, very different game for us, unfortunately. But, yeah, it is what it is. Next up, we had a huge Sheffield derby against Sheffield United, obviously. A missed header from Finley put us behind just before half-time. But we secured the point in the second half through a Hannibal wonder goal. Oh, a case again of what could have been. We gifted them a goal. We scored a cracking equaliser with Hannibal. Reach had a goal disallowed. It was a very marginal offside, if I remember correctly, so a little bit unlucky there as well. At home, it's disappointing to only take a point, but obviously a point is better than nothing, and so I guess we'll take a point. The next game to catch you up on was against Everton. We fell behind in the 18th minute, and we're 2 goals down moments later, before Everton added a third before half-time. Though Ogilvy crossed for Bo Said to give us a second-half consolation. So there we go. It was, in the end, a relatively even game that XG suggests that we could have won or should have won. But, yeah, I mean, some of the goals that went in against us were just unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, we were obviously better in the second half. We were 3-0 down at the break, but away from home, yeah, it is what it is, I suppose. We lost, and there's nothing we can do about it now. Next up, we had a huge game. We went to bottom of the table Newcastle. It was a 6-pointer in every what's the word? It was a massive 6-pointer. So let's go see how we did. Luongo picked out Colquitt to give us the lead with his first Wednesday goal. And we went 2 up moments later through Luongo's stunning volley. Newcastle ensured a nervous finish, but we held on for the win. Well, we made very, very hard work of it, but 2 quick goals in the first half got the job done. The Mas Luongo strike had me out of my seat. It was a thing of beauty. And yeah, it was really good. We gade you Hogheide a game in the centre of defence. Did really well next to Finley. And yeah, I'm thinking this formation might be the way forward for us. So, yeah, I mean, without having Ronaldo Aarons, who of course been missing with injury, we have missed him as a left winger, but this just seems to suit us a little bit better right now. So that might be the way we need to look to go moving forward. The final game to catch you up on was always a tough one for me. We hosted Aston Villa. We went in front just before halftime when Colquitt played in Shanklin. But Villa drew level on the hour mark. And then took all 3 points late on. So there we go, disappointing in the end. We just couldn't go with them in the second half. Shanklin gave us a lead just before the break, but you can see second half they kicked up. We just couldn't go with them. They're actually, to be honest, quite a good side. Mario Mandzukic is playing for them as well. Quick look at their lineup there. Yeah, unfortunately they as I said, they kicked up a gear. We couldn't go with them, and yeah, it cost us points in the second half. Now, if we look at the league table, we're just above, got our heads above water right now. Southampton have that game in hand against Burnley, so that's a very winnable game for them. It's sort of Burnley down. It looks as if it's going to be the relegation battle. You can see how important that win against Newcastle was. They looked all but doomed at this point. But 2 games to go to the halfway point of the year. Those 2 games are against Burnley and Leeds, who are sort of just probably safe as things stand right now. If we can win those 2 games, or even get 4 points from those 2 games, we'll be going at a point a game through the first half of the season, and that will be decent enough, I think, for us. You can see we've got our FA Cup third round tie as well against Accrington Stanley, which are a League 2 team, I believe. So that should get us into the 4th round, which again meets that board expectation, which is what we need to do. A quick update of that: we have a B- rated sort of job right now. We're disappointing them in playing attacking football. I'm trying. I really am. But we can't do it. We don't have good enough players. And we're not really signing players under the age of 23, though I am working on that. Now, the other concerning thing, we're almost halfway through our Premier League season. We're still in debt. The reason for that is that we pay back almost £1 million a month in loans. So, yeah, I mean, obviously we'll get a nice kick up of cash at the end of the season when we get the prize money. But the television money alone, you can see eating away at the debt, but it's not the massive influx of cash I was hoping it would be, sort of all at once. So yeah, that's a little bit concerning as well. But the first game, of course, we are going to. Are we hosting them? We are hosting the quarterfinal against Crystal Palace. Let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here against them. And have a look here. Tommy Rogic is playing for them. Awesome. So it's a 4-2-3-1 formation that we're expecting. They are a championship club. And this is the team we're going with. And we've been doing our best to get eliminated from this competition almost since the start. And we're going to have another go at it here. The semi-finals, it's both Manchester clubs, and Arsenal Brighton is the other quarterfinal today. So we're not going to win it. Although we're getting very close. We're trying not to get knocked out of it, aren't we? But Dawson goes in goal. Ogilvie, Finley, Nartley, and Fisher. Fisher has been very disappointing so far, and I think most of the reason for that is that he's not playing, so he's not playing well when we do play him. So we're going to give him a game here, see how he goes. Shaw, Deli Bashiru, and Hannibal in midfield. It's Unden, this guy who we signed from Wickham, you may remember. He goes down the right. Aarons goes down the left, trying to get a little bit of match fitness into him. He is just back from injury. Tete is going to go up top. He has not scored for us yet, which is obviously a problem for a striker. But this is a big opportunity for him. So we can see the team sheets there. They're a decent team, aren't they, really? You look at the names there. So it's not going to be easy for us, that is for sure. What does the assistant doesn't really have anything to say. Now, there's been an update, and I don't know why the assistant is not really giving me anyway, maybe that's something new for the update. What do we want to say to this? Go out there and enjoy yourselves. I expect a win tonight. Let's maybe try that. And then some fist pumping, we have faith. It's one of these. I would like to win for morale, but in terms of match fixtures, pile up. Obviously, there's a 2-leg semi-final, so what we will do is we will just continue to play sort of a backup team. But, if we go up against the likes of Arsenal, even Brighton, I would say, but Arsenal, Brighton, or the Manchester clubs with a backup team, it's probably not going to end well for us. So, in terms of morale, it might be better to lose one game now rather than 2 games later. But we'll see how we go here. I thought Tete was going to be able to get to that. Yeah, and just kind of see how we go. But I mean, obviously, a quarterfinal is nice. A semi-final would be even nicer. There is a little bit of prize money involved, not too much, as Crystal Palace come forward and cross goes into the box, and Tommy Rogic has given them a 4th-minute lead. I mean, it's hard to be disappointed. I do like me Tommy Rogic, but it's not the greatest start we could have had, is it? Schlupp in a little bit too much space. I mean, we went and closed him down. We didn't stop the cross coming in. That's probably the mistake that we've made. Finley, or was it Ogilvy? One of the gingers there is not won his header. And we're 1-0 down to championship opposition at home, which isn't ideal. Darnell Fisher is looking anxious. Perfect. We've got a goal kick here. Now, can we win this? Looking for Ben. No, Ogilvy's there. Time, mate. There for Finley. Finley gets it forward to Aaron. It's good to see him back fit. All right, he beats one. Can he thread a pass here? He goes himself. I'm not quite sure what Tete was doing there. And, there we go. We'll give them some more encouragement. We're all looking anxious, which is perfect. An anxious footballer is a good footballer, as they say. Aaron's with a corner. It's a decent one. Deli Bashiru was there. Liam Shaw will go and retrieve it. What can he do in there for Hannibal? Hannibal has been struggling quite a bit, so we're going to have a bit of a rejig of midfield, which is why he's playing this one. We're going to try and get his form back up, but we're also not really relying on him just now in the sort of the first choice 11. He's obviously still a very good player, and I'm sure he will play a part before the end of the season, but just now he needs to get some good performances in. Here we go with Ondundima. He can't quite get there. Schlupp has it, and what I thought was going to be a Wednesday highlight, is it about to be a Palace highlight? Rogic gets the ball over top for Benteke. Nartley's there. Benteke is in, and Benteke, very realistic this game, isn't it? What do we say to them here? Dawson with a goal kick for Nartley. Nartley's got Fisher in some space. He goes beyond him to Ondundima. Oyendima. I don't know how you say that. Here we go. He's got a little bit of space now. Can he get that cross in? No. And are we again going to find this? Oh, no. I thought Hannibal had that. We are coming back the other way, though. We're getting thoroughly outplayed here by a championship team. That is a decent effort. Dawson's there, though, luckily for us. And makes a relatively comfortable save in the end. XG would suggest that it's an even game, that we are just shading. Scoreboard would suggest otherwise, of course. Fisher with a throw there for Shaw. Fisher, back for Shaw. Hannibal's in a little bit of space. He uses him. What's he going to do here? Tete needs to get further up the field, doesn't he? I wonder if we need to put him on attack. He's just sitting a little bit too deep. Here we go with Deli Bashiru with Fisher. Come on, Tete. Get yourself in there, man. There's the cross. It's headed away. Hannibal takes his time to get there. It's cleared away. Benteke is going to have another go at it. We've got defenders around him, and they do a decent job in the end. And we go up the other end. Tete, mate, what are you doing? Let's try him on attack, but he's just... Where's target man? He doesn't look like he knows what he's doing out there. He looks like a lost little boy. Let's give them some more encouragement before half-time. And, that wasn't fantastic. If Benteke wasn't Benteke, they could easily find themselves 2 or 3 up here. So what do we say to that? Give the fans their money's worth. I mean, that hasn't really worked, has it? We've got faith in you, boys. We've got faith in you. Darnell Fisher is anxious again. Hannibal, well, at least not anxious now, which is good. We need more from Tete, don't we? This is the problem with Fisher. He really is just not quite performing. And I do, as I said at the top, I do wonder a little bit if that is just because we're not playing him enough, so he's not really settling and he's not match sharp, and so he's not confident, all that kind of stuff. Hannibal's read that like a book. Here we go. Tete, mate, you're a friggin' striker. Lead the line, man. Here we go. Tete. Channeling his inner Benteke. Has there been a professional game of football with 2 worse strikers up top? I do wonder. All right. They've dropped back into a 4-4-2. Is there anything here for us? I mean, it's just ticking by this game, isn't it? What can we look to change? Do we look to lower the tempo? Play a little bit more width, maybe slightly more direct. Maybe we go counter-press them and play with a higher line. See if that gets us anywhere. Throw in. Can Deli Bashiru get a foot in? Can he get a foot in? No. Cross into the box. Easy for Dawson. And can we build from the back and go here? Dawson goes long. Is Tete going to get anywhere near it? He does. He does really well there, actually. Tete, well done, mate. Deli Bashiru to Ondindima Yima. He's got Fisher on the overlap. Can he get a cross in? Can he get a cross in? Can somebody get a cross in? There it is. It's towards Hannibal, and Hannibal gets his third of the season, ties it up at 1. And we are struggling to get past championship opposition here, but we are back level. I think I hit encourage just before that highlight started too. Yeah, like I say, made very, very hard work of it, but in the end, we've just about got there. Decent cross in. Did Aaron's get a flick on there, or did he miss his header? Either way, it's fallen for Hannibal. He's stuck it in the back of the net. And it is 1-1. And he's looking anxious after scoring a goal. Let's give him some praise. That was okay. That was decent football. Hannibal and Espinoza is a potential change. Hannibal with a corner here. It's towards Tete. Oh, hallelujah. Tete has his goal. A first goal for the club, not before time at all. We'll go back to balance now. And we might make that change for Hannibal. We'll get Espinoza on. And a nice header. There we go. He can do it. See, mate, you can do it. Aaron's is looking tired. Do we have a left option? That left option would be Reach, and I want to keep him fresh for the league. So we'll leave this alone, and time's ticking down, and we are into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, despite doing our very, very best to lose since about the third round. But there we go. That's been productive. Hannibal's got himself a goal, played well. Tete's got himself a goal. He's off the mark. And, well, yeah, good win for us, boys. Good second half. So Sheffield Wednesday come from behind to win. We are into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. Tete, I mean, apparently he played well. But he was one of those, maybe he did. He had like an Emil Heskey style performance. Good pass completion rate. Some shots on target. So maybe we're a little bit harsh on him there. But as far as the quarterfinals go, it was Brighton getting past Arsenal. So, if we could get Brighton in the semi-final, there just might be a chance we go to Wembley this season. 2 legs against either of the Manchester clubs, I can't see ending well for us, particularly Manchester United, 4-0 over Chelsea. But, you know, you've got to be in it to win it, and despite trying to not be in it, we're still in it. All right, guys, wait right there. We have a huge game in the Premier League coming up against Burnley next, so we'll be back for that. Well, 2 legs versus Manchester City should knock us out of the Carabao Cup. Hello? Oh, hi, Nigerian NFA. What's going on? Yeah, I think I did get that email from you, but I just deleted it. I didn't read it. Why? Oh, come on. You have got to know your country doesn't have the best reputation when it comes to emailing. Well, what's going on here? Iorfa's been called up to the Cup of Nations. No. Come on, I need him in January. You can't take him from me. Take Darnell Fisher instead. Well, maybe you can convince him he's Nigerian. Okay, welcome back, and well, as you've just seen, we have a big problem in that Dominic Iorfa has been called up to the African nations for January, and that is a huge loss because he is, not only is he playing well for us at right back, well, we've seen Fisher is not doing a particularly great job of things either. Now, in terms of the Carabao Cup, we didn't get Brighton. So we've got 2 legs against Manchester City, so that should do wonders for morale. Although we were unlucky. We gifted them a goal. We could have beaten them in the league, so you never know. But I suspect that's not going to go well for us. On the 5th of January, that'll be a farewell game for Iorfa as well, I suspect. So that is that. Now, getting back to the Iorfa situation, we have made a move to replace him. Not only because I don't fully trust Darnell Fisher, but we probably want backup anyway. So Luke Matheson is going to be joining us on loan till the end of the season in January. So 18 grand, we're not paying any wages, but 18 grand a month if we're using 30 if we don't. Luke Matheson, you may remember him from Rochdale back in the few seasons ago, playing against Manchester United in the FA Cup, I think it was, but very, very good physically and not too bad technically or mentally either. He's only 19, so exactly what we can expect from him, we don't really know, but he hasn't been playing at Wolves. He's been at Rochdale in League One. It's a gamble, but between him and Darnell Fisher, hopefully they'll be able to sort of just scrape us through the January window and yeah, we needed to get somebody in. I think he could do well here, actually, especially as a wing back, because he's very pacey. So we'll see how he gets on. So that is that. And the final bit of news to update you on is we have accepted a bid for Joos van Aken. His contract is up at the end of this season. He's on 26 grand a week. So 1.2 million is not bad for a player that we're not using. We have to pay a little bit of his wages. But other than that, I think it's a decent bid. As I said, he's fallen a little bit out of favour. So it seemed a silly thing not to do to accept that cash. So that's everything caught up off the field. Now we're going to go and have a look on it. We are playing Burnley, of course, and this is going to be tough. We're expecting it's a 4-4-1-1 formation from them. Now, they beat Southampton in their game in hand. If we're going to have a quick look, actually, I'll go back out of this. Have a quick look at the league. They beat Southampton 5-0. So that is not great. That was, of course, the game in hand they both had. So yeah, they come into this one in form, which is very, very disappointing indeed. This is a team we're sending out, and you'll notice a few changes. Will Smith is in goal. Worrell and Nartley are going to be the two central defenders. Unfortunately, your Hoghide has picked up a little bit of a knock, so he's going to miss these two festive games at least. Now, of course, it is Boxing Day in game. Now, we have a game today, a day off, then we play Leeds, which again isn't ideal. It's Iorfa down the right, Penny down the left. He's back fit. It's Luongo as the deep line playmaker. Colquitt and Boussaid as the Mazzellas, and Tonali, we're going to move him a little bit more forward. He's our best player, so we're just going to try and get him a little bit more involved, a little bit higher up the pitch. And Luongo is maybe, arguably, a little bit better defensively. So we'll see if this switch works for us. It's going to be Patterson and Shanklin up top, our two Scottish heroes. And, let's hope we can get a win. All right, so we can see the team sheet here. I mean, you know what you're going to get from Burnley. We could fall into relegation places with a loss, go out there and impress me. Does that put a little bit too much pressure on them, I wonder? We'll go with it. We'll point the finger and say we have faith in you all. And yeah, well, we'll just see how we go, won't we? And, well, here we go. Now, the other thing that works, I think, about this formation is that Patterson and Shanklin are our two best strikers, so it gets both of them in the game as well. I do like having the two Mazzellas kind of drift out to provide width as well. I think that works okay for us. And then we have sort of the two playmakers deep lying in advance to kind of hopefully direct the field for us in the middle there. But this is huge. This is a home game against a team that is down there. They're probably more mid-table than down there just now, but it's a game that you'd really like to win. We've got a corner to defend here. Can we defend it? Oh, if we've missed a header there with Nartley. Worrell goes a long way to try and close him down. Now he's out of position. Boussaid is putting some decent pressure on Nartley for the second time, loses out in the air. But we've just about got away with that. Nartley has signed an extension with us as well. He's a decent backup option. He's doing okay. So we'll keep offering him a new deal, and he's not on huge wages, so it's okay. It works for now. We've got a corner of our own. Can we make the most of this? Back to Patterson. Patterson! Oh, it's off the crossbar, was it? We've been working on that in training, clearly. That was a little bit different, but, we've hit the crossbar. Let's give them some more encouragement. We haven't really established ourselves in the game, but 5 minutes before the break, can we go and get a goal? Boussaid. Iorfa, cross in, Shanklin's there, he's not going to win that. Here we go with Tonali. There's a good ball for Colquitt. Oh, he's hit the post again! How have we not scored that? We missed some sitters, I tell you what. How have we not scored that? Colquitt. He's looked really good of late. He had a good game against Newcastle, I think it was. We've kept faith in him, and he's missed, look at the XG jump there, he's missed an absolute sitter. We should be 1-0 up at the break. We're not, it's 0-0. And what do we say to that? We're not happy? We're not happy, boys. We're not happy with that. We won't scream at them, but I do think we need to be a little bit better. We'll pump our fist. We'll try and build them up a little bit. We'll get back out there. Let's maybe go attacking. And we've got a free kick. Tonali stands over it. Can he pick out somebody? Well, he can, but it's the goalkeeper, unfortunately. Now, that surely wasn't the highlight. What is going to become of this? Do something stupid, Pope. Come on. Roll it straight to Shanklin. No, he goes long. Worrell is there. Worrell wins it, but They keep coming forward to Burnley. Penny is out there. Crossfield pass. Bo Sayed goes to try and close him down. Another ball across to Tello. Colquitt. Ball in. Is he offside? It's over the bar either way. And he wasn't offside. All right. What can we do here to try and change things up? We've got, what have we got here? A corner? No, it's a free kick. It's Tonali. Come on, Sandro. Little bit of Pirlo magic for us. Tonali, no, that was always going wide, wasn't it? All right, so let's go and look to change things here. Let's exploit the middle, look for the overlaps, and work the ball into the box. Exploiting the middle makes sense, given that that is where Tonali is, and we're playing a playmaker. They've got the two guys sort of sitting in there, which isn't ideal. Well, here we go. We've got a throw. Patterson's there. Back to Iorfa. Oh, he loses out to McNeil. Ball forward. Can we get to that? We cannot. Nartley isn't particularly impressing me, I've got to be honest. Penny's not looking particularly interested out there. He's got a red face, and I don't think it's because he's tired. Both Sayed and Patterson. Come on, boys. Win this ball back for me, please. Win that. Oh, Patterson. Stick a foot in, man. Luongo goes diving in, and that doesn't look good. It's just a yellow ref. A warning. Oh, he's gone to the top pocket. And Mas has let us down there, hasn't he? So this becomes now, hang on for a point. Iorfa's not having a great game. We'll drop these guys back in now. We'll just keep them fullbacks on support. And we've probably got to look to take a man off up top, don't we? We'll drop Tonali back in. Please, Sandro. There we go. And I think we bring on... Do we bring on Hannibal, maybe? Give him a chance. And we've just got to go the one man up top, don't we? Just try and hold it up for me there, please, Patterson, if you just want to cooperate. Thank you, mate. We'll go back to balance now. I think we've got to lower the tempo. We've got to get rid of all this, and we've just got to play it as we see it. And we'll hope that we can, maybe do something. Let's keep playing the way we are in that sense. Let's maybe not force them wide, though. And I'm going to bring Finley on for Nartley. Nartley's just not impressing me. So we'll make that change as well. Let's give them some encouragement and see if we can... Well, at this point, it's kind of hang on for 0-0, isn't it? Which... Again, given that it's a home game, is maybe a little bit disappointing. And there it is. You come back to that Colquitt miss, don't you? What could have been if he'd stuck that away. But it's another point. It's a point closer to safety, but it wasn't great. So there we go. We can see all the other results from Boxing Day. We still have our head above water. What we have done quite well is sort of pull the goal difference back. We have amongst the better goal differences of the teams that are down there. So that is a positive, obviously. But at home against Burnley, you would have liked to have got a win there. And of course, it's Leeds up next. So Moncondes is back fit. That's fine. There it is there. 10-man Sheffield Wednesday. Hold on for draw against Burnley. Masters got himself a booking. It wasn't a great tackle, was it? So we'll leave that there. And guys, that will do it for today. If you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. We did win a game we didn't particularly want to win. And now we've got to play Manchester City twice. But we have kept our heads above water in the league, and maybe that'll be a vital point come the end of the season. But we'll be back next time. I don't think we'll come back for this first leg. I don't even think we'll come back for the second leg, to be honest. We'll wait and see sort of how we're doing. What we might do is come back somewhere in the middle here. Maybe Manchester United away, which will be a bonus, and West Ham at home, which is a must-win, really, isn't it? We'll be in the middle of the January transfer window at that point as well, so we'll be able to give you an update on that. But until next time, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if I didn't say that already. Take care.